Welcome to Survivor NSFW. Jonny Fairplay, I just want to say before we get started, 6 years ago tonight, I got voted out of Survivor Caramoan on day 16. It aired in 2013, my season. So I was reminded today on my Facebook memories that it was 6 years ago that I had the dreadful walk of shame where I did not have the blessing of the opportunity to go to edge of extinction. Jonny,
I was going to ask why you didn't shoot. Like, why did you get there and go, oh God,
No.
and then you're like, you know what? Fuck it.
Dude, it's
I had my heart set on a cheeseburger. I'm getting a fucking cheeseburger.
That's hilarious. But dude, it's crazy to think, man, like we do this podcast and we've both played the game of Survivor, and sometimes via social media you get reminded of certain things on Facebook memories, and I there was a ton of on this day, 6 years ago, there were so many people saying, oh my God, dude, I'm sorry you got voted out. And then it brings up a whole, you start questioning and getting pissed again over your season. It's just a never ending cycle. Only those that play Survivor know truly what we are talking about. But Jonny Fairplay, I am back from my vacation in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, which is the most visited national park in the United States of America. We had beautiful sunshine, crisp mountain air, and I had a great time, although I did miss you slightly when I was gone.
Did you see me out there? Because I could see you and your wife.
You had a drone flying video cameras.
I was in the bushes. You should have heard the rustling. I'm a very lonely man, Matt.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
I will say you have more endurance than I would have figured. I will give credit where credit is due, especially in that crisp mountain air.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Tapped out a lot sooner.
And
So,
I do want to
most nights.
and I want to say something.
For you guys.
Oh, dude, you are fucking hilarious. I also want to say something. So it's the first day of spring. Tonight was awesome, dude, because I got my back patio, which is like an outdoor living room. You've been to my house. And so I had the neighborhood kids that are Survivor fans come over, and we had a bunch of candy for the kids, and we had 3 patio heaters going.
Is it fucking Halloween? Come on.
I spent $55 on candy at the fucking candy store in Pigeon Forge. I let my kids.
All right, a specialty candy. Like you didn't go to fucking like Piggly Wiggly or
dude, no. But I was like, my kids are like, hey, I want this. So I had a big pile of shit in my hands.
Sure. You went to sugar.
Yeah, and I go in there, dude, and I'm like,
so you honestly got like a small handful, like $55 is a small handful of candy from the
basically, and then the neighborhood kids all ate it. But I want to say something, dude. So as I was on my trip, and we're gonna get right into the episode after you say a few things.
I assure you, we are not getting right into. No,
but
you can lie to them. It's okay.
I'm lying, but no, dude. So we have talked about Jonny Fairplay and I. Have been doing this podcast since October. Jonny's been doing it way longer. I joined forces with Jonny, and we started a Patreon deal, right? So it's patreon.com/Survivor NSFW is our page, right? So if for those that don't know what the Patreon deal is, you can support our podcast. And if you love what we do a lot of content outside the realm of our Wednesday podcast. We do a Castaway watch-along where Jonny and I will watch an episode of Survivor, commentate over it, have special guests from those seasons, and give you the insights and it's a great companion piece to those seasons of Survivor. So we did Survivor Pearl Islands with Jonny. We had Andrew Savage. We had Sandra Diaz-Twine. We had Burton Roberts. We had
Dara Johnson.
Yeah, Dara Johnson.
Who said if I had won, she would have dated me.
Yeah, I know. And I'm learning as a fan new things every day. So now we're doing Caramoan, okay? And we've had some special guests. Some of the guests that I've invited have either declined or they don't have a fucking Skype to do it. It's bullshit. But anyways,
or don't care, like your true fans of Survivor, like, you're looking at your Reynolds and your Eddies of the world going, hey, like, sure, Reynolds looked like Bradley Cooper, but I know he was cast because he's a true fan. No, motherfucker, don't give a fuck about the show. Don't give a fuck that you like the show. It ain't got 45 minutes to watch a fucking episode starring him.
Right. So here's the deal. We do the Castaway Watch Along. We do the video version of this podcast that you're listening to. We also do a weekly Q&A.
That's my favorite podcast.
Me
like
too.
Everyone tells me, they're just like, I love the podcast. I love the Wednesday podcast. It's great. It's go-to. It's appointment listening. It's awesome. That's great. I agree. I mean, like we're gonna have fun tonight. My most fun is doing the Q&A because, like, it's not it's mostly Survivor, but we're also talking other shit, and it's a lot like, it's if you want to kind of peek into our lives, you get it there, and you guys steer the ship. I'm not going to Twitter during this podcast looking for your suggestions on what I should talk about. Like, whatever. Like, I watch the episode, I take notes. Matt, I do it on my iPhone, like someone in the year 2019. Matt, he's the fucking Pelican Brief over there, writing down sketches like a fucking woman secretary from 1962 getting Clark Kent fucking coffee over there.
Yeah, it is true.
What are you a paralegal?
No, dude, the deal is, like, when I write songs, I'm a songwriter. I sing in a couple bands, and I write on piece of paper. So, yes, I am old school, but
I love it. If you honestly, I would be mad if you did it a different way.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good.
Just like fucking with you.
So the thing is first of all, we want to thank the patrons that are supporting us and are part of what we got going on. And Jonny and I have had
levels. Like $5 is basically, hey, thank you for doing your podcast each week. Here's $5 to help you guys do what you do. I mean, we have to pay for website domains. We have to pay for, like, we have a website being built right now. Like, the little logos that you see, they're not free. We pay to have people draw those and branding people make that stuff. There's time. I mean, we spend 4 hours a week minimum working on the podcast.
And the thing is, for the people that, and I know we're going on a rant, but here's the deal. When we do the content, so if we have an hour-long podcast, like tonight, for example, I told my wife, I was like, okay, I'm watching Survivor for 2 hours, which I would be doing whether I did a podcast or I didn't, right? However, so we do the podcast, and then afterwards, Jonny has to wait while I go in and edit the podcast, edit and export the thing, do the video version, and then that's when Jonny does the social media magic and goes and uploads it and puts. So it's a lot of time. We love doing it, but we love your support. So if you want to support and see all the extra stuff and give us, we have a special Facebook group for the patrons. It's a secret group.
Yeah, very secret, top secret actually.
Patreon, that's Patreon, patreon.com/Survivor NSFW. Check out the tiers. If you feel so inclined to support us, that is a great way to do so. Jonny, a couple more plugs before we get into the episode.
Well, real quick, our latest two patrons, I want to give a shout out to Tammy and Jasmine. Thank you for your support. We appreciate it. And next week, you get anyone that joins between right now and next week, I'll do a shout outs for all the new patrons. Like, Matt and I have a personal goal. This is just something that we kind of like dream about. We'd like to see the number 100 on our patrons, just 100 patrons. Like, that's just like a personal goal of ours that we're like, you know what? If we work really hard, I think we can do this. If we make ourselves likable enough, we can do this. If we're cool enough, Like, I mean, because every time you join the Patreon group, we give you a secret invitation to the Facebook secret group. We say welcome to the Cool Kids Club. So if we're cool enough, we're gonna hit that 100 mark. Anyone that joins between now and next week's podcast, I'll give you a shout out. This week, shout out to Tammy and Jasmine. Thank you. You made us one step closer. We're at 58 patrons. We're going to be at 100. It's going to be great. But also, another way to support the show, come see us live. April 10th, I'm going to be in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm going to be at the Brass Tap, the Fitzgerald. It's if you've never been there, the Brass Tap is a high-end craft beer bar featuring 62 rotating taps, 120 bottles of cans, and a full bar with craft cocktails, spirits, and wine. They have local beers, upscale pub food, and more. They validate parking. If you're like, I don't know, it's Baltimore, parking sucks, it's going to cost me $40 of parking. No, they validate your parking at the Fitzgerald Parking Garage. Get your tickets now. Go to survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. I believe I only have 5 VIP tickets remaining for that show. I will be joined live by Wendell Holland, winner of Survivor Ghost Island, and Bryce, Purple Pants Bryce is going to be joining me. It's first time hanging out with Bryce in an environment like this. We briefly hung out at Hearts Reality, and I am excited to spend the evening with my man Bryce. It's going to be a fun time. Once again, VIP is $75 to get you Edge of Extinction buff, just like the one. I'm wearing a Lesu buff. Yes. I don't feel like less of a man by wearing it. Yeah. You also get personalized autographs from myself, from Wendell, from Bryce. You get a picture signed, and you get to do the meet and greet, which I tell stories that I'm not allowed to tell here on the podcast. That's $75 for the VIP. General admission is only $25. Come join us. We're going to watch the show together. Afterwards, we're going to do a live podcast, and then we'll be doing a Q&A panel. It's a lot of fun. Join us at the Brass Tap at the Fitzgerald. That's in Baltimore, Maryland, and that is going to be on Wednesday, April 10th. 5 VIP tickets remaining. And also April 24th, I'm going to be in Nashville, Tennessee at Zany's Nightclub. This is one of the most amazing stages. I am truly honored to be asked to be a part of this. So I will be there with Taj from Survivor Token Chins and Grammy winner from SWV, Sisters with Voices. So join me. Oh, Jeremiah Wood said he's going to come down and he's going to be there with me. Probably going to pick up Jonathan along the way. But that is Wednesday, April 24th in Nashville, Tennessee. Matt, you never know. You might make it. But for that event, you have to go to survivorafterhours.com. That is survivorafterhours.com for Nashville, Tennessee. And then lastly, May 1st, I'm going to be in Santa Monica, California at Busby's West. I'm going to be joined by Jay from Millennials vs. Gen X, Rhino from Survivor Pearl Islands, and Nina from Survivor Worlds Apart or One World.
There's 2 different Ninas. So, but is Abby Maria Gomez going to be there too?
She was. She as of right now, she has another obligation. We'll see if that changes between now and then.
Well,
Did she get cast?
Yeah. Well, you never know. Season 40 is coming around the corner.
There you go. But
so
Tix.com for Baltimore and Santa Monica, and SurvivorAfterHours.com for Survivor Nashville. But hey, let's talk Survivor that was on tonight. Everyone is mad at us. They're just like, man, you motherfuckers been plugging for a few minutes. We're done plugging. We got we're gonna talk the first episode, the first hour. Quick plug for 4 hymns. Bam, second episode. We got stories. We got fun. I'm making fun of the fucking war dog like it's going out of style.
Oh, God. We're about ready to get into it. The episode, 2-hour episode of Survivor tonight. A lot went down. We start off, Johnny, day 12 on the edge of extinction.
Hold on. I got a question for you, Matt.
Yes.
So we get previously on Survivor. These assholes did this. These assholes did that. And Devins was voted out. When did Rick become Devins?
Man, for some reason this season, there's so many people that Jeff is starting to call by their last name.
That's like Cochran was a bitch about it. He was just like, I like that the best players go by the. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
I know. So I don't know.
Rick, but like I never saw this Devins transfer. Like the guy didn't like, I was kind of hoping for a lot more, and I'm hoping that he wins his way back into the game somehow. But I did not like, just all the like, he was either Rick or either, I can live with Rick Devins,
Right.
but where like Devins just it felt to me like it came out of left field.
Yeah, it did, and it just you see the Wentworth, and Jeff's just kind of calling different people.
It's gonna be earned.
It does, but man, I'm bummed that Rick Devins was out of the game.
I like him. I just and like I want him to earn the nickname Devins, but like even as a news anchor, he's like, this is the Devins. Like, no, that's a douchebag. Like, like fucking the wardog. Like, I'm just saying, like that, like, he doesn't do the news and like I'm the Devins. He's fucking Rick Devins.
Well, it's true, but I don't. It's not the fault of Rick Devins himself.
I don't blame Rick Devins. I like Rick Devins and I like Rick, but this Devins shit, like what? Like I feel like I'm gonna see him on a poster with The Rock on like Fast and the Furious 28. It's like Devins and Dwayne Johnson. It's like what? So Dwayne Johnson can't be The Rock? He's got to do two names, but Devins doesn't?
Yeah, I know. But all I know is, it's funny because it's like Rick was saying, I kind of wanted a burger and a beer, but he was obviously totally down to go to Edge of Extinction and totally wants to stay in the game. And
the welcome committee continues. They are not a friendly lot, and they get exponentially worse.
Dude, yes. I don't know if I got voted out and went to the Edge of Extinction. I mean, I would be irate that I got voted out, super bummed.
Yeah,
but I would be like excited that I have a second chance, and then you have Reem coming, at you and making a dreadful reunion. I don't know how I would react if
it's
I
like
had
going.
to deal with Reem.
It's like going to a shitty hotel.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, if you're planning on taking a shower, hot water don't work.
Right.
There's blood stains on the sheet. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
It's just like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, I'm giving you money.
Right. Yeah, I know. So
Have you ever been to a hotel with blood stains on the sheet?
No, I have not.
It's not. I was in West Virginia one night. I'll tell the story on the Patreon. I'll say it's good, but I will if you're looking for a reason to go Patreon. I'm going to tell a story in which I'm in a car that flips over upside down. I'm in West Virginia, and there's a crusty nipple baby bottle thing. A guy gives me a Playboy because I asked for a phone book, and I end up in a hotel room with bloodstained sheets.
Wow.
So
well, I want to hear that story. So maybe I'll pay $10 and go Patreon for that.
All right. Well, I'd like to give you a shout out next week.
Give me a shout out.
Like say shout out Tammy Jasmine and my good friend Matt Bischoff.
That's hilarious, dude. So after the Edge of Extinction, which we know that the episode always starts off with what's going on at Edge of Extinction briefly. Sure. We go to the first challenge. It's a reward challenge.
PB&J challenge, as I like to call it.
Yep, and I call this.
I have found myself. I was never a big peanut butter and jelly person as a kid, really, and not even after that. It's just like, like who cares? Like in the last 5 years, I'm very pro. If you have a friend that makes preserves, like I had a guy in Portland that would make like fresh preserves and send them to me in jar like fresh raspberry preserves. So you get fresh biscuits and you put butter on them. Mm-hmm. Then you slab some peanut butter on there and then some fresh like jelly preserves. Greatest thing on the planet, like that's ever awesome. In the history of ever.
Hell yeah! So my boys. My one son likes peanut butter and jelly. The other one doesn't like jelly, but he likes peanut butter and honey. So if I'm making their sandwiches, I'll eat peanut butter and jelly, but I really dig the peanut butter and honey aspect of it. But this challenge,
fresh local honey.
Like organic honey, yeah, whichever's it's like whatever the most expensive organic honey is one I end up probably buying.
See, I do local honey because like I have really like everyone's loving us so far. Like anyone that goes to a podcast just like I just want to hear this ain't the podcast for you. It's okay.
Yeah.
You ain't got our feelings.
Right.
Like we're gonna tell some fucking dad jokes. We're gonna go over the fucking episode. We're gonna tell you some shit you probably didn't fucking think of, and hopefully fucking entertain you. It's okay. I promise. We're gonna get to the fucking shit.
Right.
So, but no, I have allergies. I get local honey. You put a little spoonful of local honey in your coffee in the morning. Bam, no allergies for the day.
Well, that's badass. So all I know is with your saying your love for your appreciation for peanut butter and jelly, that looks like some good sandwiches they had for this reward.
They did, like even like that's the like so the winning tribe gets like a big thing of peanut butter, big thing of jelly, and a big loaf of bread. Second place, they get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich each. That's not bad. I'll take that.
Exactly. And this challenge is cool because I have this game for my yard called Ladder Ball.
Dude, I'm sitting there. I can there just like, dude, would we own this shit or what? Because I have Ladder Ball too.
Yes. So
and I've played with you. I've watched you play with Lex.
Yes, in my house.
Yeah. I went. You got that set at Myers, right?
Yeah, Tessa.
I left there. Me and Big Tom left your house, driving home, stopped by Myers, and went to get each ourselves a ladder ball set. They only had one set. Just like on Survivor, first one to touch it's theirs. I'm like, sorry, Big Tom, faster than your big fat ass.
Dude, yeah, I love ladder ball. So I'm like, dude, that's an awesome story that you just told. I didn't know that until right now, dude. Fucking badass. So this is like giant ladder ball, and so you had to go through kind of this like rope style, like a bunch of ropes.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Who cares about that?
Ropes on maze and grab the bolos things is what they're called.
Yeah, it's all about the bolos and ladder. I'm sitting there. I'm just like, dude, me and Matt would kill on this.
Yes.
Like if we were on battling tribes, we'd just be sitting there winking at each other, going, We're both getting peanut butter and jelly. It's just on who's gonna get more.
Yeah,
that's all it would be.
Yeah.
And then we'd be looking at Wardog going, all right, so I mean, I'm not trying to be mean here, but like, do we think Wardog was raised by a single mom?
Dude, dude. I don't know. It gets worse.
I'm not being mean, but let's analyze the facts. He's never been fishing, and obviously no one threw baseball with him in the backyard.
No, that's 100% accurate. And
see,
so,
now I'm feeling sorry for Wardog. Like over the weekend he wore like my favorite thing in wrestling was the Four Horsemen. Wardog's rocking a fucking shirt that says Rick and Tully and Ole and Arn, the original Four Horsemen. I'm like, motherfucker, are you kidding me? I mean, he still sucks. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, I have like, my daughter is not the like school wise. She's in the gifted program, like straight A's. She tests on higher levels than the grade she's in on math and reading, all that stuff. But like when it comes to sports, not the best. Like my daughter is a better ball thrower than Wardog.
Yeah, we're gonna get my opinions of Wardog and his throwing on some other stuff because it was.
But it starts here, right?
It does start here.
Okay.
Yes, dude. It starts here. It progressively gets terrible throughout the entire episode. That is completely unbelievable. So this is one of those things.
Starts with David having no balance.
Yeah, dude. David David was very, very poor in challenges throughout.
And then Lauren took a header. Lauren is like the strongest person they have in every challenge.
I know. She is.
What the fuck? And like I mean, because I remember an early challenge like Wardog, they were also. I'm just like, man, this might have been the best group of swimmers I've ever seen. But then we're gonna get to the next challenge, and Wardog even jumped off the fucking like the diving thing. Like he even jumped out there like a bitch.
Right. I know. I don't get it because Wardog doesn't.
Is he a war hero?
Yeah, he does not appear. He does not appear that he would be so terrible. In challenges, but he is. So this is obvious.
Yes.
In a challenge like this, Kama wins reward, which is
obvious.
Joey Amazing, who proves to be amazing. Manu wins in second place, and Lesu loses again. And it's hard.
And during this challenge, Victoria, cute. So cute. I mean, this is. I think tonight was her breakout episode.
So, yeah. She's very, very smart too, dude. Like she takes advantage.
Like she every second of confessional that she gets, it's a home run.
Oh yeah, it is. It's hard to believe that Lesu is losing so bad because
I know.
Like when you look at Lauren, the collegiate athlete, and Wentworth,
who's wasting away though, but she is a like I think if Lauren is on a tribe that's eating, I think she's the strongest woman in this game, bar none.
Oh yeah, yes, she is.
But not eating for 16 days will take its toll on you.
Oh yeah, and you can tell. So and
even Wardog, like Wardog looks like by the end of this episode, he looks like fucking Billy Bob Thornton.
I know.
What the like? I mean, I don't like the guy, but the guy started the game looking like a stud.
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton is no stud. I mean, there's weird girls that would fuck him, but they're just weird girls.
That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious.
So a quick wrap up. Kelly calls David a woman, and she's mad that her tribe consists of three women and Wardog who can't throw. But she all caps she voted out the dudes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, you go on Rick Devens, you go on his Twitter, like, he's playing like the celebrity basket, like he's scoring basketball like over Shaq or something.
Right.
I mean, like, he's got a dad bod, but there is something athletic to his DNA.
Mm-hmm. You can tell. Yeah. Yep.
The motherfucker they voted out was neck and neck with Joey Amazing in that first challenge.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, Joey Amazing.
But she's like, oh my God, it's just me and chicks here. It's just like, you voted out the dudes.
Right, yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
So we go to Kama on day 12. Julia finally gets a confessional. She hasn't, there's been all this controversy and complaining that she hasn't gotten any confessionals. And she actually.
Every time. Yeah.
What's
and
that?
she was. Well, because her tribe is one every time.
I know, and the returning players, so all
and
I don't
think they re-edited the show. I think she got some time tonight because they find like there was time. It was a 2-hour episode. There was time to work in some other shit. They're just like, hey, let's show you the tribe that has not fucking lost anything.
Right. And she basically makes a comment on she wants to get Joe out ASAP, which I think is a smart move if they can pull that off.
Well, all it would take is for them to throw a challenge, and heaven forbid they throw a challenge. So,
yeah.
I mean, and we see, what did they win that fishing gear that they have? Or did they, is that...
I believe so. I'm sure they did.
Okay, because they had fishing gear, and I'm just like, did they give them that? Because you see, Joey Amazing, they have the Hawaiian sling and he has the flippers, and then David, I think they gave him all fishing gear because David has a Hawaiian sling on the Lesu tribe, and he's sitting there on the fucking shore with like a fucking stick. You trying to?
Yeah, all I know is watching Joe just fish. He is the modern day Aussie. He was born to live on an island and do this type of game. I mean, I don't think Joe can win the game. Unless miraculously he wins every challenge. And somehow the competitors that are left in the game, he can beat somehow in a end game scenario. But dude, he's great to watch. He's badass. The kids that were out there watching the show tonight with me on my patio were
they like the Joey Amazing.
Yeah, they like Joey Amazing. And so we got Ron talking about no one on their tribe knows how to do anything.
Yeah, we do
Joe.
get a blooper reel of the
Yes.
of the Kama tribe failing to attempt to do anything.
Yeah, I mean it is pretty funny. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean but I think that they would be further along in doing those things if Joey Amazing wasn't there.
Yes, because he's just doing it and pulling all the weight, and they're not having to really do anything.
They don't have to really do it. Like you can make a half-ass attempt at doing something if you know that someone's actually going to go and do it.
Right. Yeah. No, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. We go to the Manu tribe where it's all about the chickens.
Free range chickens.
Yeah, dude. It's like when everyone's doing their confessionals, the chickens are in the, the frame. And
how great! I mean, at this point, they could catch the chickens if they really wanted to.
Oh yeah, they could. And you know, we see Aubrey is jonesing to play the game. She's kind of been on cruise control because they haven't had to do a bunch of stuff, and you know, it's she's ready to just play. And we see Victoria, who is probably the smartest, could be one of the smartest players of the season, I think.
I think so. She win it. Like, I see her. I mean, like I look at her and I'm just like, oh my god, this is what Piper's going to look like when she grows up. You know, with all the freckles. And then I hear her and I'm just like, this is like if Jonny Fairplay, you know, played with like I think I was 30 the first time I played it. You know, she's what, like 24? Mm-hmm. You know, I think, you know, Jonny Fairplay is 24 and a chick. This is how Jonny Fairplay is playing the game. She's just like, they shouldn't trust me. Like, I'm going to fake a girl alliance. I'm going to lie to them at every single shake of the stick. So she's my kind of player. I mean, like, cause I don't see her haphazardly lying or doing, like, I think she's just a strong player, and you know, she's one I can get behind.
Yeah, and she has not played hard to the point of being a target yet. You know, she knows when to stay back.
Fires off shots like a sniper.
So Victoria approaches Half a Man and Gavin about getting rid of Aubrey, right? And then but she talks to Aubrey also about going after some of the strong dudes, because if there is a merge coming up, it might be smart to get out one of the stronger guys. That's kind of an option that was sort of thrown out there.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, she faked the girl, like her plan, you know, as she explained to the newbies was, you know, I want to secure Aubrey into thinking that we're going after one of the strong guys, so she doesn't even think about playing her idol, and if she happened to have one.
Right.
We learned that Wardog has never fished in his life. The Lesu is like the last 4 dodo birds on Earth, and my biggest revelation here is David's underwear are not his friend.
No.
I don't know if that's the underwear he chooses to wear in real life. If there's moisture issues like that, they're ill-fitting.
They are, and the thing I learned about David was he basically claims, like, I'm 44 years old and I have a 2-bedroom apartment and some DVDs. That's all I have. Like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, you're a successful dude, I think, in real life.
He's a writer for fucking Family Guy.
Yeah, and like, dude, like, that's your claim to fame.
And I guarantee his 2-bedroom apartment in L.A. is better than most people's fucking houses.
You never know, dude. He could be living simplistic.
No way.
Well,
I feel like he has a nice place.
No, I'm sure he does. But
But he does not have nice. Those are bad underwear. Like, I mean, like, we need to get the, like, I don't know if you ever worn. I do this subscription service, MeUndies.com. Those are great. Those are good. Like, I look good. Like, you know,
I get Under Armour ones, which I love.
I would imagine they fit fine, but like David's, like, those, like, why that's not even, like, how can you even try those on and be like, okay, we're good.
I mean, he just he probably something that he doesn't think about, but
doesn't take pride in.
We see Lauren kind of once.
I mean, he's played Survivor. Don't you know you run around in your underwear?
I know. Well, There's a lot of people
like
that have...
if I were to get a call to go back on Survivor, first wardrobe pick, underwear.
Yeah.
And then I go from there.
Yeah.
I already have them.
Right. The pink ones?
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Been there, done that.
So Lauren wants David out, and then you see Wentworth and Wardog talking. Wardog talks about voting out Lauren.
This scene killed me. I'm sitting there watching. Kelly calls Wardog Tony and an evil mastermind. I'm like, what? What is going on in my world?
Yeah.
Like I didn't think I liked Kelly, and now I'm just like, oh, okay, this is why she says shit like this.
Because she's giving Wardog some credit, I guess.
No props for the war. Hey, you know what? You can get yourself a T-shirt like the one right behind me if you're watching here. Wardog sucks eggs. That's available at johnnyfairplay.com. Also available, new Sandra and Parvati and Kim and Cerise shirt. We also have a new Big Wendy shirt, new Angelina shirt, new Christian shirt, old school shirt. Tons of new shirts available at johnnyfairplay.com. Don't forget, when you purchase a T-shirt, you get a phone call from me, Johnny Fairplay, unless you order the Matt Bischoff shirt, and you get a phone call from Matt Bischoff. Yes. Unless he gets the flu again and can't call anybody for a week.
Gosh, I know.
I think you're done with the flu. I don't think you're going to get it again.
No. I'm good to go. So we go to day 13, Edge of Extinction. Chris finds a wood box that's got notes rolled up for each person. We find out that they are a map. And Rick Devens...
Oh, Devens?
Quickly figures out Devens. That's right.
Man, Devens.
He quickly figures out what the map kind of
real quick, Matt. Have you seen the trailer for Hobbs and Shaw, the new Rock Fast and Furious movie?
No, I have not.
I saw Captain Marvel in IMAX, and they showed the trailer for this. I'm not a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. And it looks like the greatest movie in the history of ever.
Really?
It's just so. I mean, IMAX. I mean, like, just fuck you. Wow. Yeah. Like, so fucking amazing. But you like it's like Hobbs and Shaw in your face, and that's all I keep like. Devens fucks you. It's like, what? Devens? Why are you fucking me?
That's hilarious.
Rick Devens, take it down a notch, okay? We liked you when you were fucking the Kool-Aid man before the season even started. Now you're fucking Devens.
Dude, Rick Devens is a pretty smart dude. So he figures out.
I figured out the folds too. Like when they were reading the clue, I was like, I bet you fucking fold the map.
Yeah.
But Rick Devens, he's a hokey like me, so of course he would fucking get that shit. But I'm sitting there, Keith, my boy Keith, who was at my birthday party last week. Keith's like, fuck y'all.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he leaves camp, dude. He heads right toward it, and I'm like, dude, this is smart. I think it's smart, dude. He's like, fuck you guys, man. We're on Edge of Extinction. Anything goes. Like, you can't vote me out again at this point, so I'm going to freaking go. Reem gets pissed off.
Reem stays pissed off, Matt. Can we?
She does. She does.
I am so glad Reem is there, though. I think Reem is making the Edge of Extinction. I mean, like, have we seen... Like there hasn't been. Happy Reem has not played Survivor yet.
No, I don't think there's going to be Happy Reem. But so everyone kind of is running to where Keith is, and Chris pretty much tackles Keith.
Yes.
Out of the way.
I have my note. Chris tackles Keith and gets practice bamboo for eerily similar to the Outcast Challenge prop.
Ah, is it? I didn't notice that. That's cool.
Yeah, we had to tie the bamboo together and use it to get the key to get out of the cage.
Okay, yeah. Dude, I love those key cage challenges. I did that.
I know the secret now. Burton told me the secret when he single-handedly beat the other two tribes. So I'm very familiar with how to, like, if I'm there, I'm sitting there like I'm fucking hard at this point going, I'm gonna fucking beat y'all on this. I'm like David's like, I know how to make it through drawing rocks. I can sit there and play Survivor again and go, I know how to tie some fucking bamboo sticks together the right way so where your stick doesn't fall apart and Jeff fucking makes fun of your fucking stick.
Dude, that's
that
awesome.
Shit ain't cool, man.
I love that challenge. Always been a fan, and I got to do that challenge at the survival challenge that I did at charity event. I got to tie the bamboo and grab the key and it was awesome. So anyways, Devins gets an extra vote advantage that he can give to anybody he wants going into the next tribal council.
All right, so you see that are you with me thinking David's getting this vote?
Dude, yes, because I would think because it's pretty insane.
I don't understand how that doesn't go to either David or a newbie.
Yeah, I was very, very surprised on where it ended up going later in the episode. I don't know how I feel about this whole thing. You know, Edge of Extinction, these are players that have been voted out of the game. Sayonara, people.
Yeah.
And
first four, so we have on Reem, Keith, Chris, Devins. First four, all fucking new people, because these motherfuckers won't send home someone that's already played the game, if not once, twice already.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know. It's crazy. It's great, and they've been dominating most of the confessionals. These returning players. So he gets this extra vote advantage deal, right? And it's like, man, that's a pretty big advantage to have, and screw someone's game up that's still in the game potentially. You know, if it's played a certain way, like I would be very pissed, dude, if I voted your ass out of the game and then you come back to haunt me by giving some advantage to someone else that then backfires on me and I get voted out, for example. I don't know how I feel about it.
I just don't because like none of the people there were on a tribe with Aubrey.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Why is Aubrey the pick?
It boggles my mind. So it's you know we'll get into it. You know we go right from that.
The only two choices that make any sense is if Rick convinces them to give it to David, or if they're all in agreement. All right, well then fuck these people that have played 2-3 times already. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Yeah, so even if you give it to Aubrey to fuck with their game, that's still it's an advantage. I mean, it ended up fucking with her game because going into that, we're gonna get there. She has more power than anyone playing that game at that moment.
Yep, I know.
And that's all the false confidence or overconfidence that she needed. To be
tonight was my favorite episode of the Edge of Extinction.
So good. I liked last week just because it was exponentially better than the other episodes, but this blew away even that.
Oh yeah, this by far was the most entertaining, and yes, I loved tonight's episode. I have not loved the first part of this season. I've liked it, I haven't loved it. This episode,
I don't think I liked it.
But this episode is definitely to me the best of the season. So we go to the immunity challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. And you got some buoys, you got some pyramid. It's like a buoy pyramid puzzle thing is what you eventually got to do. Yeah. So here's the thing. There was a lot of people majorly sucking at this challenge. Wentworth, who to me is pretty badass chick. You know, she knows what it's like to do these challenges.
Yeah.
But I know they're tired. They don't have a lot of food. When it comes to water, I was telling the people, like the kids and my wife and stuff, when, you know, Wentworth goes down, she's like, I can't do it. You got to pull this thing to release your buoys. Yeah. And then you got Lauren, who's the collegiate athlete, having trouble doing it. I started thinking, did Kerhofer and the Dream Team fucking not realize that maybe their part of the challenge was stuck or something? Because
I think it's one of those deals where it's gravity. I mean, like you have the buoys, the pressure of the buoys, lifting them, wanting to lift themselves up,
Right.
From their buoyancy.
Yes.
And that metal thing that's like it takes strength to pull it. I mean, like if you give it a good jerk, you're gonna get it.
Right. Right.
But if you're using all your energy to swim down to it and you have nothing left to pull, you're not gonna get that jerk motion.
Well, it's crazy because not only, I mean, Wentworth was terrible at it, then Lauren was terrible at it. Wardog finally barely releases it after a couple times, and David sucks at it. I mean, it was kind of
it's like David like sneaking up to it's like, what you sneaking up the ramp, like.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was a pathetic thing, but I will tell the people out there listening to this podcast that when you're in the water with very limited amounts of energy, and you're trying to exert your energy to swim down, to do something under the water, and you can't do it, you got to use your energy to go back up and tread water, and you start panicking, and your adrenaline is pumping. So you're almost in like a, oh my God, am I going to drown mode? And it becomes very scary and hectic. And one thing I did, Jonny, prior to going out to play Survivor, is I went to the YMCA, and I would, like, people were probably like, what the hell are you doing, Matt? I would, like, get in the swimming pool, I would dive down to the bottom of the deep end, and I would hold my breath, and I'd pretend that I was, like, undoing a rope, and then I'd swim back to the top, take some breaths, and dive back down and do the same thing. I was practicing for something like this challenge, but I don't think you can ever have a full amount of practice when you're out there in these elements. It's when you're watching it on the couch and you're yelling at the TV like, how the hell are these people not doing this?
Oh no, I knew exactly. Like I was on Celebrity Fear Factor, and like we had to dive down these dive tanks and use these pliers to cut these like wire, these metal wires, and like I'd go to, and I'm like, I can't. It's using everything I got to swim all the way down there, and by the time I go to cut with these the wire cutters, like I can't do it, and then I go back up, and then I'm just like, okay, I've used all the energy, let me go down again, and then I go, and like I'd get like the wrong angle, and I'm like, oh my God, I go up, and I'm just like, I got nothing left. And I will say that I think as much as people give Probst crap for his commentary sometimes, for having his favorites or people he doesn't like, I found him to be, in this instance, extremely encouraging.
Oh yeah.
So, because I think if it's not for Probst, the Lesu might give up on that challenge.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of when Sari, the last time she played, was trying to do the challenge, and he was like, everyone was encouraging her. Like that was a beautiful moment in Survivor history, because it was not the game play went out of the equation for a moment, and it was more about the human just will to do something, right? So we kind of see that. And the beauty of this is Kama wins, and then Lesu gets second, and they are freaking out, so stoked for their first immunity win. I mean, David and Kelly, it shows you when you're beaten down, you can only be down for so long and be kicked and lose, to where the thrill of victory becomes that much better. And we see that in their attitude when they win the challenge.
Well, when they're down and out, I have literally never felt more for a tribe ever in the history of Survivor than I did for them when they were down and out. And when they come back and they're in it and they win, I literally teared up.
Wow. See, people, the black-hearted... I got a black backdrop because I'm still in my basement under construction. I got kicked out. The black-hearted Jonny Fairplay teared up.
Wearing a Lesu fucking buff, and you can get yours in Baltimore. Join me, survivortix.com. But And
it was awesome. So
it was really cool. So we go back we go back to the Manu tribe. Or no, I'm sorry, yeah, it's the Manu tribe, right?
Yeah, the Manu tribe is going to tribal
Manu
council,
tribe,
basically.
and we discover that Wendy didn't come to play Survivor.
Dude, Wendy is a ticking time bomb. I know I've said this before publicly. Just kind of, she's annoying to me.
Yeah, you don't like her. I really liked her the last two episodes. I did not enjoy a player like maybe there was more to it. Maybe there was something they could have shown in a confessional. But when you have Aubrey, going, hey, like this, and she's just like, I don't know, like, it felt like someone that didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Oh yeah, because Aubrey and Victoria.
If you have a different plan, I'm okay with that. But if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, I'm not like I mean maybe that's her strategy and more power to her because she fucking fooled me too. But it just seemed like but we even at the end of the episode, it's just like okay.
Yeah. Well, we see Wendy's acting weird. She's unpredictable. I mean, it's if you can't get a good read and vibe from somebody, that's a liability, big time. So the one thing I thought was crazy is we see Aubrey. She's kind of like got her bag, gonna be going to tribal. She kind of feels in her bag. She notices that there's something in her bag that is not just her hidden immunity idol. It is the extra vote advantage that Rick Devens gave to Aubrey, which
fucking
I
Devens.
was like, what in the hell? Like, what is the strategy behind that choice, Jonny Fairplay?
I don't know. The only thing I can hope is true because this is what I was hoping. As I stated earlier, I felt like she had more power than anyone in the game, and hopefully that was enough overconfidence to send her home.
Yeah. Well, she has no clue who it came from, and she kind of she makes a statement like, I really want to know who this came from because.
You'll find out soon enough.
I can work with this person, but so
you'll find out tonight.
So going into the tribal council, Aubrey has not only this extra vote advantage, correct? That's what it was, and she has a hidden immunity idol. Which Jonny Fairplay, I know you don't like checklists, but finding that idol was part of Aubrey's Survivor checklist.
I forgot to welcome everybody to Survivor Checklist with Jonny Fairplay and Matt Bischoff. So Rob C officially owns it. We need to figure out a bet to win the show back.
Yeah.
I hate being the Survivor Checklist show. And when we do win the show back, and then when Rob has a podcast, what are we gonna name that?
Shit, I don't know, dude.
I say we call it Big Wendy's Family Fun Hour.
Yeah, we should.
All right.
So Wendy's wild, but this is a holy shit moment because we're just gonna get right to it. Aubrey goes the hell home.
Yeah.
Well, she goes. Extinction.
I had two big takeaways from tribal council tonight. From the first tribal council, Matt.
Yes.
Apparently Aubrey is the nicest person ever. And B, Gavin has almost a John Waters look with his mustache growing in, and I don't like.
Speaking of mustaches,
I didn't get a message. It's just like, is this Gavin guy Clay Aiken? And I was like, no, Clay Aiken never had a mustache like that. John Waters, however.
Oh, dude, Clay Aiken, that's funny, dude. He kind of does look like Clay Aiken. But, dude, so Victoria is smart, is what I have kind of jotted down.
Yes.
Aubrey goes home, and she went out with class because she's like, Aubrey's a fan of good gameplay, and she's like, guys, that was good. Yeah. So she gave credit where credit is due. She feels like a total idiot. Aubrey goes to Edge of Extinction.
She calls herself JT.
She does. and she, it's not even a choice for Aubrey. She goes to the Edge of Extinction, and it kind of fast forwards to the next morning where she is still shocked that she got voted out. I mean,
well, I think something that's really important here is, people ask me, they're just like, why do you feel like the four people, the four returnees that they chose to be on the show, why they were cast? And I think tonight displayed that. I think they purposely cast returning players that they knew would see the option of go back and play some more or go home, that they would choose to go back. Like, I think that there are some prima donna players that if they had miscast and chosen some of those prima donnas, they would have been like, fuck that. So
you don't think they would have gone to Edge of Extinction, is what you're saying?
I think there's a few prima donnas out there that would have thought that they were bigger than that. I'm not, I can't say for, maybe I'm wrong. I just feel that, like, I've met some asshole fucking survivors that I think would disappoint me.
Yeah. Right.
So right. I don't think Aubrey's one of those people. I don't think David Wright's one of those people. I don't think Joy Amazing's one of those people. I don't think Wentworth's one of those people. I think that's why those four people absolutely got those spots and deserve those spots.
Right on. Right on. Well, that is the end of our number one, Jonny Fairplay.
Yeah. Well, you know what I thought about that?
Let me hear it.
Well, Hims is a new wellness brand for men. Did you know that 66% of men lose their hair by the age of 35? The thing is, when you start to notice hair loss, it's too late. It's easier to keep the hair you have than to replace the hair you've lost. Hey, is that hairline slowly starting to move backwards? Any bald spots yet? How will you feel a year from now if it's business as usual up there? I ask you, do you have a bald spot, or do you want a bald spot to pop up? Or do you want to do something about it first? Do you want your hairline to recede, or do you want to do something about it first? Why do guys turn to weird solutions or do nothing when there's medicine they can turn to? And there's science! Listen, 4hims.com is a one-stop shop for hair loss, skin care, and sexual wellness for men. Thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Hims connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat hair loss. Well-known generic equivalents to name-brand prescriptions to help you keep your hair. No snake oil pills or gas station counter supplements. These are prescription solutions backed by science. I use these, Matt Bischoff. These are in my medicine cabinet right now.
I know they are.
Because
you have lovely hair, Jonny. That's why.
I do. I started losing my hair 10 years ago. Started using these pills. They work. Listen, no waiting room, no awkward in-person doctor visits. Save hours by going to 4hims.com. It's so easy. Answer a few questions. The doctor will review and can prescribe you. And the products are shipped directly to your door. Order now. Our listeners get a free trial of Hims for just $5 today, right now, while supplies last. See website for full details. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or pharmacy. So go to 4hims.com/fair. That's FORHIMS.com/FAIR. 4hims.com/fair. Bam!
Right on, dude. Well, I tell you what, we go right into the second hour of the Edge of Extinction, and we go to a reward challenge. And I tell you what, when they come back in to the challenge before it starts, I got to tell you, the returnees kind of look nervous knowing that Aubrey was voted out. This is a example that the newbies at this point are not stupid. They're not playing around. Anything goes, and the returnees should be watching their every move because there's a good chance that the returnees can be going home sooner than later.
Well, up until that last tribal council, it's been the same people that have gone to tribal council every single time. It was that same original Manu tribe has gone, just repeated, and then once it split, to the new Lesu tribe, that still half of that same Manu tribe still going. So this is the first time that the common players have gone, and the common players are like, hey, guess what? These people have fucking played before. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Which
right.
is what the Manu tribe probably should have done to start with.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I agree 100%. I agree. So the returning players, man, they got to be freaking nervous. This challenge is basically throwing sandbags at targets. It's another food reward. First place.
This is a coffee, tea, and pastries for lots of each for the winners, and second place, iced coffee and pastries. Still not bad. For third place, Jeff's got nothing for you.
That's right. I mean,
That's right.
This food right now would be great. I mean, it's getting, into the game a little ways, and I'm sure these people are excited, and this is good, to play for. So we find out Wardog throws like a girl, and that's not a derogatory.
No,
it's almost like a child. It's like a little.
It's
kid.
childlike.
It is childlike. It's almost like a child that's right-handed trying to throw left-handed.
Yeah.
It was terrible, dude.
It was so weird. Because look at him. I make fun of the war dog. I hate the war dog. All these things about the war dog. But the guy, it started the game as a physical specimen.
Yeah, this quite possibly could have been one of the worst, most hilarious ways of a challenge and throwing something ever.
Remember Allison from David vs. Goliath? Her throwing attempts last season.
Yes.
Worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This was the worst throwing attempts.
Also, we learned War Dog doesn't like being yelled at.
No, he doesn't. War Dog.
he goes, don't yell at me.
Yeah, I know.
It was like Lauren just going, hey, throw it, War Dog.
Yeah.
Don't yell at me.
It was terrible. I mean,
this is my favorite episode just for the demise of War Dog.
Oh,
this is not a good one.
No,
this is good for me. This one, if you're looking right behind me right now, and you're delighting in the glow of a War Dog Sucks Eggs T-shirt available at JonnyFairplay.com. It just warms the heart to see War Dog not enjoying being yelled at,
right,
and throwing have you ever done the stranger to yourself?
Oh yeah.
When you sit on your hand until it goes, if you're right-handed, you sit on your left hand until it goes numb, and then you masturbate.
Yeah,
it's called strain. That looked like what the War Dog was doing with the sandbags.
It was bad. I was going into Survivor.
I imagine War Dog does the stranger to himself a lot.
Yeah,
what do you think?
He probably does. But I tell you what, when I got taken down by Francesca in the first episode of Caramoan, I was
my favorite moment so far.
This was gonna be that. I was like, that's gonna be embarrassing. This is way worse than that, because at least Francesca was a beast.
By Francesca, I think so. It felt worse.
Yeah. So Joe dominates again.
Oh well, you know why? Because he did it for Sierra.
He did. Well, it's I like Sierra a lot. Sierra's cool. So.
That's wonderful. I've never met Sierra, but I didn't need to hear that tonight.
Yeah. Well,
just relax, people.
Yeah,
so
that's funny. So Kama wins, Manu second, Lesu loses yet again. And
should I not be wearing this Lesu buff?
No. Wearing the Lesu buff is fine.
Do you want Lesu? Is this the buff you want? Do you want the Lesu buff, or are you waiting for the merch? I've been meaning to say.
Whatever. I want our patrons that go to the VIP deals to get the Prime buffs. So whatever one is left over in abundance, if there is any, which there's probably not because the VIP sells out, then I'll take whatever. But dude, Lesu, I probably don't want a Lesu buff. I mean,
it's green. Can you do is the green with the orange beard too much? Is that leprechaunish?
Nah, well, yeah, I like green. I do like green. I do like green.
Okay, it's a good color green too, and it's got purple in the thing. I think it's a good looking buff.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, it looks good.
I teared up. I've never rooted for a tribe more that I wasn't a part of.
Oh
than
yeah.
I did tonight.
No, that's
one of the best comebacks in the history of Survivor.
Yeah.
And as I said, a teary-eyed moment. I mean, despite the fact that War Dog's on there.
And there's another teary-eyed moment that happens because Joe kind of is talking how he's at a disadvantage. Joe gets emotional. His mustache, for some reason, is still curled, even though there's not mustache wax here on the island. But
did you tear up during Joe's thing? Because I went the exact, I gritted my I was furious watching this confessional.
No, I wasn't furious. I didn't tear up. I was surprised Joe was crying. He gets emotional, he's feeling all alone. He claims, like, we're doing this for the people back home, which I agree. I don't hate on Joe for getting emotional.
No, he did not say he was doing it for the people at home. He said he appreciates all the people at home that he relies on at home. Like the people that pay his rent, the people that pay his Wi-Fi bill, the people that pay his iPhone. Because I'm guessing Joe doesn't pay for shit.
I don't know. I mean,
all right. Well, let's agree to disagree. I have this image of Joe, like it's just like, oh, I don't have my rent money, but like I'll pay you back. That's the image I have of Joe. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I will never hang out with Joe, so it doesn't matter. It's okay.
You might.
I don't think I will.
Well, all I know is he starts pumping up Julia, like saying she's badass because he's trying to make it seem like,
Oh, he's trying to put out other threats, but I don't think so. Like he's like, you're a threat. I'm like, I don't think you are.
Yeah, I don't think she's a threat either. I mean, props to him for trying to.
She'd get more confessional time, wouldn't she?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She would. She would. But this is everyone's crying in this episode because we go, to the Leslie tribe. Lauren's crying.
Yeah.
Lauren doesn't like the rice because it makes her nauseous.
I get it. There's some things that people don't like eating.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I
mean,
get
but
it.
Piper cried like I was doing the Blue Apron things for a while, and then I tried the Home Chef, and now I'm on Sunbasket. And Sunbasket is the most exotic of all these. So like every meal, like Piper can't even pronounce the ingredients, and she just looks at the plate and cries at this point.
She does not like it?
No. I just want cheese pizza. Please, for the love of God.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yes, she hates it.
My gosh, dude. So, so Piper's crying. Everyone's crying.
Everyone's crying. It's a tough night.
And War Dog's talking to David and Wentworth about voting out Lauren, saying, "Dude, Lauren's
she's telling.
She's not. Her head's not in the game right now, right?" Yeah. But Wentworth isn't really down with War Dog's gameplay.
He finally sees that War Dog is a one-sided player.
But the thing is, dude, like you said before, like last week, you were like, I gotta give credit where credit is due. War Dog is at least playing the game. He's not. He's thinking and he's strategizing and he's trying to play strategy.
The key to strategy is working with other people. Like if you have to work it into your idea, and War Dog is just like, here's the way it is. Mm-hmm. Like he's not like it doesn't appear as though there's give and take.
Yeah, like it's like I think they actually say someone said it's like a dictatorship. Like
yeah. Well, no, it is, but like that's not playing. That's like playing. Like if you're playing, if you're like, hey, come over to my house and play PlayStation, and you play a one-person game and you don't pass the controller and there's a two-player mode and you don't play that either, you're not playing the game with other people.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, at the end of the
day,
that's
what War Dog's doing.
At the end of the day, War Dog has turned out to be smarter of a player than I had initially anticipated.
I
pre-game.
disagree. I don't like I was hoping he was. Well, I wasn't hoping. I was hoping for the sake of seeing amazing gameplay, like seeing a Russell-esque performance.
Oh yeah, not even close. I mean,
yeah, no, but I mean, like the other day you were playing Contra with your boys, right?
Oh yeah,
it's a two-player co-op game.
Yep.
War Dog's not playing a two-player co-op game.
Yeah. Well, he
even if you get all the special stuff, like getting the cooler gun before your kids.
Yeah.
That's still two-player.
Yeah. No, I get you.
He's playing one player.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not claiming that Wardog is some amazing Survivor player, but at least his brain is kind of working and trying to, whether he's failing miserably or not. But we go right from that to the Edge of Extinction again. There's a lot of Edge of Extinction happening tonight on this episode. They have a second map. Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, before the second map, we get the Aubrey summary. Like I could imagine, because like Aubrey has no clue. These are all newbies there prior to her, and she's just like, it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the worst case scenario of Lord of the Flies.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine if returnees, like if the first 3 people voted out were returnees and they're sitting there, like it would be a much more peaceful place. It's just like, hey, what do we need to do today? Like people be working together. There would be, it'd be like, hey, let's go get, you would make it, you would attempt to make it as livable as possible.
Right.
That just the need, and like these are honestly like cannibals with spears, like peeking around trees, like she's like, what the fuck? Like she was just like, this is a disaster.
Right. Oh yeah.
And Reem's like, it's a fucking volcano up in here.
Oh yeah, dude. Reem is crazy, and she basically determines and sees the second box out in the ocean, right?
Yeah.
And
the rule is, because we learned, like Jeff, because someone was asking earlier in the season when Lauren hid her hidden immunity idol in the dirt, if someone else were to find it, and Jeff said, for the record, the rule is the first person to touch it, it's theirs.
Yeah.
For idols, for anything like this. So as a result, like say someone found Lauren's idol later, production would be like, that idol has already been claimed. So he was just like, can you sit and hide and watch for that person to go get it and then use it against them? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But once an idol is touched, it is their idol, or whatever this advantage thing is. This knots thing, like when the time comes to penalize your biggest threat by putting these knots on. So this was touched first by Keith, because Reem said, sorry Reem, hey, what's that? And then and Chris goes, you pretty much, gave away the advantage. Like, I didn't give away nothing. It's just like, oh my God.
Oh yeah. She starts flipping out on Chris. Keith grabs it, but yeah, Reem just starts going off the deep end, and it's there's turmoil in Edge of Extinction land.
It's but I feel like I feel like Reem really went crazy by herself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Keith really. I think Keith kind of fell into that similar groove just because the precedent had been set.
Right.
And I think it's just, there's just this chaotic energy that, like, I think, like, when a normal person gets, it's just like, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah. Like you people have gone like if I if I'm Aubrey and I show up, I'm asking for, I'm just like, I need a fucking knife, for my safety.
Right. Yeah.
Like, these people are fucking crazy.
I know. It's crazy, dude. And so we go right from the Edge of Extinction to the immunity challenge, where only one out of the 3 tribes is going to win immunity. The 2 losing tribes go to tribal council, but not separately. They go to tribal council together, which
happy about this. Loved it.
Dude, I was just like, wow, holy shit, and it was pretty insane. So we go to the challenge. It ends up being this challenge with a slide puzzle at the end, which I always like a slide puzzle. Wardog sucks terribly in this challenge.
Of course. Real quick, my takeaway: Wendy at the front of the pack, as she has been with most challenges. Joe right there, of course. The monkey fist throw. I never knew that the ball on the string was called a monkey fist. Joe makes it first chance out. Bam! Gavin does too. Wardog
Oh gosh.
At this point, his unathleticness is making me smile.
Yeah, it was.
I am
pathetic
really
tonight.
happy to see him do so badly.
Yeah, I know, and these are challenges. So, these are challenges that if you are doing it badly, it's blatant. Like we watched Caramoan and on the Castaway Watch Along on our Patreon page, and there is a challenge where we're trying to climb up this tower, and it's like I was the last person to get up on this little perch, and Jonny was kind of making fun of me about it and stuff, But the thing is, like, that wasn't really that embarrassing because it was kind of close and the editing, this and that. But this type of challenge, when you're throwing a ball or doing specific things that are blatant, Wardog he just looks completely like an imbecile when it comes to this. So
and looks like Billy Bob Thornton at this point. By the end of the step, at this point, I'm looking at Billy Bob.
And Joe killing it again. Kama wins immunity. Gets the slide puzzle. I actually thought David and Wentworth, if they had a little more time, they could have done the slide puzzle.
Yeah, they were
quickly.
right there.
They were right there. So only one tribe is immune, and that is Kama. So 2 tribes going to tribal, and
when 2 tribes go to war, I don't remember. It was a Frankie Goes to Hollywood song. That's all I know.
I don't remember. I forget I only knew like one Frankie Goes to Hollywood song.
Relax.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Their other song.
I'll have to listen to it, dude.
Actually, 2 Tribes Go to War, I think, is a better song.
Cool. I'm sure it is. They always are. The not radio friendly songs. But everyone on the 2 losing tribes, we see the tribes talking about, look, if we do this, I am down with drawing rocks. Like half a man, he's willing to go to draw rocks. Gavin's talking about he's down the drawing, but Victoria, they go to her. She's like, man, this is too close to emerge. I'm not down.
She's like, there's one thing you need. Don't ever trust Victoria. And I'm like, God bless you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be like, fuck that. Cause I like their thinking. They're just like, they're like returnees or they're not going out on a fucking rock pool. And they might be right, but Victoria's like, I don't give a fuck if that's like, we know David will pull rocks. He's done it before.
Yeah, and he says that. I've done it before. And then, then we see like Wardog, goes off. He claims he needs to dry his feet out. I don't know how he really does
for 15 minutes.
But he starts going and looking for an idol. But if his idol looking skills are as bad as his baseball throwing skills, then he ain't gonna find a damn idol.
But no, I think it was one of those. The reason Wentworth finds the idol is because she's played the game before. She's seen how the show is produced.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like a Jonny Fairplay or a Russell, in that you use the cameras to your advantage. So she knew that Wardog was this character that they're possibly going to make look stupid in an instance like this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think she has her eyes on the camera showing him walking past this idol.
Yeah. It could be, and the thing is, it is blatantly obvious. It's like tied to a tree, 6 feet up in the air. Like it's bright.
Eye level for Wardog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but I think that's the advantage of being a returning player versus a newbie and understanding. Like, I mean, for me, I studied television just as much as I studied the show.
Mm-hmm.
for when I did Pro Islands. And Russell, I don't know. I guess it's just the street smarts, the inherent street smarts that a sociopath brings to the table. but Russell would use the camera guys to find out, like people are like, they told him. I don't think they told him.
No.
I think he would see the way they would shoot the shots and use that to his advantage. And I think that's what Wentworth used against Wardog. And once again, just this advantage that a returnee will always have over a newbie.
Oh yeah.
That it's incomparable.
It is.
Most instances.
So Wentworth has an idol. She sticks it in her shirt, and Lauren also has an idol. And
it admits.
I know.
Well, Kelly goes, I found it, and Lauren says, I have one too.
Yeah, and that is the first time she tells Wentworth that she has the idol, isn't it?
Yeah, I like. I'm sure people are like, "No, you idiots." Well, you know what? There's 4 other podcasts that caught that. We didn't. It's okay.
But I believe it is. So I was So that's kind of crazy. So we go to it's night 16, and it's tribal council, and wow, I'm looking forward to this tribal council. Because we got, some of the people saying that they're going to go to Rocks. You got some of the other players that are like strong gamers that are like, look, I don't want to risk my game on going to Rocks. So, we kind of see a bunch of whispering. This is a live tribal, as we call them.
They didn't say it. I did like that they did not say live tribal.
Yeah, no, they did, but that's what we've kind of discussed this in the past. I mean, when you played,
I do like a live tribal, but I'm tired of hearing the word.
Yes, I do like it too. I thought it was very, entertaining.
On Survivor Checklist with Jonny and Matt, we are pro live tribals, but anti calling them such.
Oh yes, so
but we can check it off the list if there was a live tribal tonight.
That's hilarious.
That's what we do here on the Survivor Checklist.
That's right. So we end up seeing a bunch of people whispering, and tribal is it's crazy. You're like, what the hell? It ends up being a tie. Yes. There were 4 votes, Lauren.
Well, prior to
Wendy.
The tie, we have Wendy and David have a side conversation.
Yes, they did.
And it seemed like they were in acrimony to some degree, but then not so much.
Yep, I thought something was going to go down. I was not expecting. I
was expecting Wardog.
Yeah, I thought it would have been that would have been a good move, I think. So, but obviously that didn't happen. Maybe it was talked about, and it backfired.
Like if I'm the other tribe, I just say, hey, we're voting for Wardog. This guy obviously sucks. He calls himself the Wardog. Are you guys down? I mean, like, why is that not
right?
I mean, like, I don't understand. Like, I would throw, like, instead of going, hey, we know you're not going to Rocks, or we know you're going to Rocks, we're not, like instead of that bullshit strategy, like, I would throw out a fucking, just like, here's where our votes are going, like, or maybe lie, our votes are going on, lie. If you want Lauren, lie and say Wardog, or if you want Wardog, lie and say Lauren, but see if you could work out something. Either way, I feel like, you're set, because if they go along with it, it's still those 2 in the mix, and then you just decide on one on the revote.
Oh yeah, yep. I hear you, dude. I hear you. So it's a tie vote. Lauren for, Wendy for, and then after that they're getting ready to do a revote. Everyone starts freaking out. This is where it got really exciting to me, because people are like not just whispering; they're like going off.
Oh yeah, and half a man goes to David and Wardog, and Wardog's like, "Yo, we ain't never talked. Don't be trying." And I'm just like, "Dude, this is."
Yep.
I don't. I don't hate, as I said, I think there was a humanizing of Wardog tonight. I still hate him. Don't get me wrong, but I don't hate him as much, I guess.
Yeah.
I just want to shake him and just be like, learn social aspects of the game, you dumb motherfucker.
That's hilarious, dude.
Like that, like when a guy is coming to you, like, you know, don't like, I'm not trying to make new friends right now. It's just like, what you got? What you offering? Like, you know, let's be friends.
Right. Well, at the end of the day, it was probably the most exciting tribal council thus far. Wendy goes home. She goes down the path.
Well, hold on, she gets a hug.
She did get a hug, and
just
then she gets
just
lost.
Like Johnny's Fairplay. I got a hug.
Yes, I know you did. I know. That's awesome.
Jeff does not like giving hugs.
Yeah, I'm wondering what he thought about Wendy. You know,
if I had to bet, you know, I probably should ask him on Twitter or people ask him, see if he'll answer you, which hug was less comfortable, the hug to me or the hug to Big Wendy. And she did get a Big Wendy call out as well.
She did.
I think she wanted that. I think that was on her Survivor checklist.
Yeah, it probably was. But she walks down the path, and you hear her say that she got lost on the path. Even.
Of course.
So it's hilarious. But she, you know, unlike Keith and when it was his chance to either go out of the game.
Well, all right. Off the record, so to speak, because all right, let's just say this. According to rumor and innuendo, if Keith were asked a question about this, like, you know, I didn't hear this firsthand, so I don't know if that's true, but like there was no debate whatsoever on where he was. Like, it was more of an oh god, I can't believe I'm getting another chance.
Okay, gotcha.
Versus God, what am I gonna do? It's just like I really thought that the worst moment of my entire life just took place 15 seconds ago.
Yeah. And
maybe it didn't.
Well, that makes sense. So Wendy immediately grabs the torch on her chance to go.
I was going the opposite. I thought she was gonna read the right side first, and it's like, you know, to end your journey, go this way. She was like, "Oh, I go this way," and just not even read the left side. Not
oh my god!
She was like, "Oh, I go." I like not because, you know, she was just like, "No, I'm done." Just because she just didn't even read the other side.
Yeah.
Just like,
dude, that would suck.
How great would that be,
dude? That would suck. But she goes to the edge of extinction. So we're gonna see how it plays out next week. Obviously, is drop your buffs.
Next week is possibly the 6 biggest words of the entire season. It's time. Get on the boat.
Yes, that's right.
How cool is that?
It's gonna be interesting, man. Like, to finally see what the deal is with Edge of Extinction.
Do you think it's an outcast tribe? Or do you think that they're going to compete in individual immunity? Like, what's your guess on how this shakes out?
Man, how many people are on Edge of Extinction now? I don't know if it could be a tribe to really.
Okay, how many? So, Reem, Keith, it's too many, isn't it?
Reem, Keith, Chris, Devins, Wendy, Aubrey. That's 6. No, I think maybe they come the merge time. They come there, and then maybe the merge tribe witnesses a challenge
to get back into the game,
that someone enters back into the game. But then I don't know what happens to the remaining. If that happens, does everyone else go back to the Edge of Extinction, or are they at Ponderosa at that point?
I'm thinking they go, because they said that there's no exit interviews until the end of the season.
Okay, so they all go back to Edge of Extinction.
So I think someone gets. I think it's gonna be the same as fucking Redemption Island.
Yeah. Well, I hope something
So,
exciting happens.
the good thing is, I'm guessing Keith uses the three extra knots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing he uses them on Chris,
Mm-hmm.
and then Devins gets back in the game.
I would like to see Devins get back into the game. I don't think anyone that from
And
Edge of Extinction can win.
Well, I don't think he's been there that long. In that, I don't think it'll hurt his like. You can use it against someone, but I see it being used against him less than anyone else for going to the edge of extinction. Like he was just on the shit end of a shit tribe, just over and over and over and over. It's just like, look, man, like I did pretty fucking good to get voted out when I like. It's just it fucking shit fucking Manu and then shit fucking Lesu.
Yeah,
so like give me a break here.
Yeah, right on. Well, dude, it was a great episode. It was my favorite episode of the season. The first day of spring, I was loving it, watching it outside, man. And
that's awesome. That's awesome.
It was good, man. So Jonny Fairplay, it was a good one tonight, brother. And
so enjoy me live on April 10th, Baltimore, at the Brass Tap at the Fitzgerald. Get your tickets right now at survivortix.com. I believe only 5 VIP tickets remaining. General admission tickets are remaining. And please support the podcast going to patreon.com/Survivor NSFW. We have the $5 tier, gets you the video version of this podcast each Wednesday. If you do the $10 version, you get video and audio of the Castaway Watch Along and the Q&A that we do each week, as well as special features, Cruising with Castaway and some other features. And there's a $30, the Outcast Twist tier. Gets you autographed pictures from myself, Matt, and other castaways, and there's also a VIP feature. So check that out. And until then, on iTunes, press the subscribe button and rate us 5 stars. And Matt Bischoff,
dude, we will see you guys next week for another exciting podcast covering Survivor Edge of Extinction. Have a good night. Cheers.
Woo!